Tonight, the Ministry of Health has warned of another surge in COVID-19 cases sweeping across the country following an increase in the number of infections in the 13 Nyanza counties that have been declared COVID-19 hotspots. The national government has warned all the 13 county governments to increase their hospital bed capacity as well as oxygen levels. This as Interior CS Fred Matiang'i extended the mandate of Interfaith Council to 31st of December to help in the fight against COVID-19. Musa Salah begins our broadcast tonight.
4 days since the Ministry of Health mapped out 13 Nyanza counties as hotspot zones for the Indian Delta variant of the coronavirus disease to curb the spread of the deadly virus, the variant has proven difficult to control.
We've been able to deep dive into the 13 counties, and I can tell you that right now the situation remains one that is critical in the 13 counties. When we look at the numbers in the 13 counties, particularly comparing them with the 47 counties in the country, one key thing that is worrying us is that the attack rate, which is a measure of the new cases within these counties, has almost gone up 15-fold in these counties. And so really we need to pay attention to all the adherent measures that have been set, along with all the restrictions that we've been able to release in the past 1 week.
The COVID-19 Delta variant was first reported in India and is alleged to have been flown into the country through 4 foreign carriers stationed at the Kibo sugar factory. According to health experts, the variant could prove fatal for Kenya's fragile healthcare system. The national government, although elusive in its warnings, has asked the 13 counties to increase their hospital bed capacities and oxygen stocks in hospitals to combat the anticipated surge in COVID-19 cases in the region.
We have not been here before. It's a fact of life. We have not been here before. And there's no way we would have prepared ourselves enough to live in a new reality where we are dealing with a pandemic that seems ferocious, surges every day. When we feel or think that we have turned the corner, a new development comes up, or a new variant comes up, which sends all of us scampering around.
And what is of concern and of importance, and particularly to those who reside in those 13 counties, is that we have been able to pick out cases of the Delta virus, and it is important for us to ensure that we really adhere to these measures because we want to prevent community transmission. We are working with all the county governments to ensure that we get the requisite surge capacity for isolation beds. We've also coupled this with oxygen. We are aware there are certain challenges when it comes to oxygen, and we are working to ensure that, we have stocks available for this.
The overall positivity rate in the country stands at 8.2%. 218 more people tested for COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. 261 others have recovered, totaling the number of recoveries to 122,965, as 5 others succumbed to the virus.
When we look at our positivity rates, as at yesterday, in the country, we were at about 8.2%. And I'm aware by now we are all sure and have understood that 8.2% is still a worrying metric when it comes to the positivity rate for COVID-19.
The Interfaith Council has lamented over police harassment when enforcing the COVID-19 rules in places of worship, and to award the council for its cooperation, Interior CS Matiang'i has asked officers to use less force in implementing the COVID-19 guidelines, further announcing the extension of the council's mandate to the end of this year to help combat the virus.
We take reconnaissance to many reactions and feelings of many religious leaders, especially in this area, in this region, due to the necessary measures of restriction that were given and issued by the government during this time.
Our people are not criminals merely because they either have made a mistake or they have forgotten to do something. This is a tough time, and let's not make it worse by being unduly abrasive in the manner in which we deal with our people.
Musa Salah, TV 47.